Hi there, my name is Alex Asher. I'm the CEO of LearnCube. We provide a virtual classroom and online school software to language schools and tutoring companies in particular. And I'm here joined with Herbert Gerzer. We meet actually weekly to discuss fun ideas and also challenges that language schools and tutoring companies have in marketing their services. Herbert actually has a lot of experience in this area, not only being a digital marketing expert, but also the fact that his clientele are literally the tutoring companies and language schools themselves. So the great thing I think that we both bring to these conversations is we have a much more umbrella view of what's happening in the market and hope to bring that to you. So without further ado, this is a question and answer session. We're just going to bring one of our participants up to the front just to ask, see what their questions are, and hopefully we're going to be able to answer them today. So without further ado.
Yes, I hope you can hear me.
I sure can.
Yes. Okay, nice. Okay, this is always the problem. We have the meetings and we have the mic. Is it now working? So we always do a small test that you are really, you can hear us and not that we're speaking on a closed mic. Well, the reason why I came, I know I am teaching, my students say I'm a good teacher, but I know I'm a very bad marketer. Okay. So teachers usually have this problem. I see it also with a lot of colleagues. Usually I was doing classroom, so live teaching, but well, I'm doing quite several years online teaching, but not marketing. So
tell us a little bit about your business, Panagiatis. Like, is it just yourself? Are you working with others? Do you have a school?
Well, it's a family business. Both me and my wife studied German literature, so we are teaching both German language, and we have a German language school in a small city. And we were working for a German company who is doing online courses, and we did it for several years, and we continue. But now the clients here didn't want online courses, and now due to COVID, we are obliged to do online courses, and they are thrilled because we also use course material which is dedicated designed for online course.
Great.
Got it. And are you located in Germany?
No, in Greece.
In Greece. Okay, you are in Greece, right? And your target audience up to now has been individuals, adults, children, companies.
Well, our in Greece in general, the clientele is pupils, most aged 12 to 10 for German. It's 10, 12 to 15. And in the last years, we have our old students who come back because they need a better certificate. So all in Greece is about certificates. So we teach them in order to get a certificate.
Got it.
B1, and then they come back for a B2 or C1.
I understand. And that's a very niche market you have, obviously, a German school in Greece. I'm interested to find out what are the wishes and desires of people wanting to learn German, and who is this person in Greece, a Greek person wanting to learn German? Why are they learning German? What is the future for them after they learn German?
Okay.
Because then I'm asking that because that
I have to laugh
influences the marketing.
Yes. You told it's a strange market. Greece is a strange market. Why people learn foreign languages. Today we are having they're passing again a new law, how to get in a position in the public sector. One of the requirements that gives you some points is the knowledge of foreign language, and this can be verified only by certificates. So they learn foreign language while they are at school in order to get a C2 when they're 15, and then they have it in their CV when they are 25 and they want to go to the public sector, that they have one certificate like that. So it's nothing. Well, most of them don't have a real need for the language, but the need for the certificate. And of course,
Very
the
interesting.
parents want the certificate yesterday with no effort and for free.
Right.
This is a joke we have as language owners.
I understand. And specifically German, or it doesn't really matter what the language is, but German seems to be popular with Greeks?
Well, of course, the most popular language is English, but we had in my town as a second foreign language in the school, German, and now we have also French. On the other side, a lot of our students want to go to, a lot of our pupils want to go to study in Germany.
Makes sense. Yeah, so study options as well.
Yes, and due to the market, Germany is a good market and a cheaper variation, because everybody has to study in Greece. This is a very, very we have a very high percentage of people who have a university degree and are doing, let's say, level 4 of the QCF works. They don't need a level 6 or level 7,
right?
But everybody has to have it.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. I mean, it seems to me that your target audience really is these parents, then, obviously, these 12 to 15-year-old, 10 to 15-year-olds, because at the end of the day, they're probably not going to they might influence the decision on what language to learn, or if they want to take the certificate. But at the end of the day, the parents are going to whip out their credit cards to pay for the course, correct?
This is one target, but in the last years, yes, we have increasingly also adults, so students who had a level or don't, and want to expand either for work or to go to study or to work also in Germany.
Of course, yeah. Which is also a good niche, and is possibly a little easier to target through social media channels. Working professionals interested in German language, working for German companies, or looking to move abroad. Do
you want to explain why that is, Herbert? I think I know where you're going with it, but maybe just really kind of helping understand why actually parents that might have kids that want to learn German may be harder to find than the students or adults looking to learn German.
Well, I actually think the niche is too niche, and as Panagiotis said, previously, parents are looking for a quick fix just to get that certificate. So there's going to take a lot of convincing on the school's part to be able to provide value if they just want something quick and cheap. Whereas people who are interested in German or moving or working in Germany, there's a real kind of desire there that you can pull on when promoting your courses. So it's much more powerful.
Yeah, I was thinking in a slightly different way, and the reason I asked is maybe because I'm not actually as gifted at marketing as you are, Herbert. But I thought of it this way, that if I had 100 people, how would I know how many of them would have kids that they felt it was the right thing for them to learn German? Whereas if I have 100 people, there's a good chance that out of that, let's say 20 of them are young adults. that 20, even a portion of them are going to they're going to want good job prospects. They're going to want maybe a job in the public sector. Like there's a good chance that they're going to be in there. So that's how I was wondering, was because then if you knew that, then it's much easier for me to find indicators, right? Because I could maybe look for, they're fans of a German, I'm making this up, but fans of a German soccer league. They might be, they might show on their LinkedIn or maybe even in their Facebook some relevance to German language or something like that. Whereas a child wouldn't have that. There's no indicator, because that indicator comes from the parents.
Yeah.
And so it's just a demographic play, which is harder. That's how I saw it. I don't know if you saw it that way, Herbert.
Yes, well, that's what I mean with the niche being too niche is you have to do a lot of hard work to convince the parents, because a lot of these parents maybe wouldn't have even thought about German as opposed to French or English or Italian, because you can't really target parents of children who might be interested in German. That's like near impossible to target. You can target parents as a whole, and you can target parents of say 10 to 15-year-olds, but that's
gonna be some
about
wastage, right?
Yeah. So if you were to put some marketing dollars behind it, Panagiotis, I would go with the safer option, which would be the young adults and professionals.
One thing, and again, I'm still learning off you, Herbert. Would you also say that I imagine Panagiotis, can you give me an idea of what percentage of your business is coming from these teenagers learning German? Like, would it be 60% of your business?
Well, yes. Now it is still 60 to 70% is from the youngers.
Okay, so I guess the message is not necessarily you don't have to not offer that segment, and probably word of mouth will help you in that regardless, because it's so niche. If you've got some kind of social, I mean, at the moment, let's talk about online, because people might not be able to move around, but it will still be relevant for you to kind of have material that attracts those particular people, but it's more likely they're going to have to find you rather than for you to promote. Whereas the adult audience is much easier for you to promote to. And this is the area that I feel like Herbert is talking about. And we often talk about having one niche and focusing on one niche at a time. And I feel like this is still true here. You might feel like you've got two niches, but it's really, the niche, I guess, is Greeks learning German. Potentially you could make it as big as that. But the niche that you focus your marketing dollars is on, as Herbert said, the safer bet, which would be the adults. Have I got what you're thinking right, Herbert, or have I missed something?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it seems to me you've already established that that other niche, the very defined niche, and you've probably done that through word of mouth and traditional methods. I don't know, German clubs, or going into the community and talking to parents. And I think that would be the best option in that case. I wouldn't advise to put a lot of marketing dollars behind it. But if you were looking to, test the waters, open up a new segment of the market, then I would choose the latter audience to do that with.
Yes. Is the new, well, in Greece we have total online course. Yes, the schools are online, only online. We don't have hybrid. We don't have. They don't come to the schools for the last 2 months. So parents are now again, well, finally open to that online course we were speaking about so many years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that an opening, or even outside the city? Let's say for small villages where they don't have the opportunity that the teacher goes there, or that they go to a school to learn the foreign language. Would that be an opening?
Absolutely, definitely. Again, you could experiment a little with a more broad targeting, just parents of 10 to 15-year-olds in a certain radius, like in a certain region of Greece or closer to you. I'm always a fan of starting close to home before expanding to other regions and cities and countries. It makes sense. If you've been around for a while, then you can really leverage your reputation and then kind of expand from there, expand your reach. And I guess, especially with the older audience, really, you can target the whole of Greece if you wanted to. But yes, with the parents, I would definitely try expanding that gradually.
And you mentioned social networks as main of marketing.
Well, it really depends where these Greek parents are hanging out online. Are they? Do they use Instagram a lot? Do they use Facebooks? And within Facebook, there are Facebook groups are quite popular. There might be groups of parents talking about their kids on Facebook, for example, or just even community groups for like a certain city or village usually have a page where they're selling stuff or they're putting up job ads. So those could be an interesting place to promote your services, which doesn't cost you any money. So you've got to think that, I mean, there are obviously Greek sites as well that I don't know of. So it's about you doing some research on where these parents hang out online, so to say.
Yeah, although is that confusing the message slightly there? I mean, I guess that's helping in terms of going after that teenage market, but we kind of thought that the adult market might have the bigger legs when it comes to, and again, I want to differentiate between what your established business and just using word of mouth and maybe physical means of increasing that. But this adult segment of Greeks learning German, like one of the things that strikes me is, Panagiotis, do you know of many other even online language schools that are offering German that are Greek, and like Greek, very, like very publicly Greek?
Well, of course, now everybody's teaching online, but I don't think that online teaching is teaching online on Messenger.
No.
The biggest problem we have as language own or language schools is the individuals who teach outside of any of law, of course.
Sure.
And now with online, it expanded. There are some schools who do online courses. Even the big institutes like Goethe Institute, something like the British Council, and so they also offer online courses. But I think the market is still open there.
That's my feeling. I don't think there are many Panagiotis approaching that are, like, hey, I'm Greek. I understand your culture better than, and you may have this amazing personality about you. And my niche is I teach German and I'm great at it. And you're going to love learning with my school. Like, I don't think that there can be that many that you're competing with head to head. And I mean, yeah, Greeks learning German isn't like a massive world niche, but there's plenty of people in Greece. And there's plenty of people wanting to learn German. So that strikes me as quite a unique opportunity for you, Panagiotis. And I wouldn't be scared about using online to reach them, because that is going to be your way of expanding. Because you probably can't expand your village, but you can expand who you can connect with anywhere inside of Greece. And I look forward to following your progress.
Yes.
So is Google Ads an option?
Absolutely. And for your niche, I would actually recommend it because it is so specific. For example, if you were teaching English, I'd probably wouldn't, but because that's so broad, and there are hundreds and thousands of companies in the world offering that. But I mean, Greek, German lessons or classes or courses to Greeks, absolutely, yeah.
And how with LinkedIn for the adults, like you told? Is this target for the younger adults? Is it a target?
Not for younger adults. You're looking at mid to late 20s above, and targeting individual people like B2C on LinkedIn can be a little difficult. I mean, you could look into running LinkedIn ads and then targeting people working at German companies or German interests, and people located in Greece. Yeah.
So to make it, so first is from what I understand, okay, would be Facebook or social media, and then ads, Google ads, and third, or even if the LinkedIn. Did I?
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all an experiment. So
yes, okay. Just
give it a crack. Try at least Facebook and Google. See which one works best for you initially. But either way, I think you'll find that you'll want to do both at one stage. But you might want to start with one and then build up into the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Panagiotis, I'm gonna close this thread for the moment. I just wanted to give a chance for one of our other participants just if they had a question with the last remaining sort of 5 minutes, and then if not, I wanted to, if it was okay with everyone, that we look at this idea of do deals work, particularly based on seasonality. So Panagiotis, do you mind if I just remove you from the allowed? Of course. Yeah, but lovely to meet you, and thanks so much for your questions. Let's talk about promotions, and particularly promotions around particular time periods. It's at the moment where Christmas is just around the corner. People are like, business is a bit slow. Do I do a Christmas offer? And you could use the word Christmas for whichever other commercial holidays that people seem to come up with these days, which is Black Friday this, Thanksgiving that.
Valentine's, Father's Day, Mother, anything.
Oh, yeah.
Easter.
It feels just an excuse.
The whole year's a holiday, yeah.
Now, one of the reasons I wanted to ask you, Herbert, is because you're so used to managing marketing dollars. And so you kind of are familiar with, hey, should I, and what should that be? So can I ask you that? What do you think about promotions for times of the year or special events?
I would be very careful offering promotions. I know especially the language school industry has been so affected this year, and a lot of schools are just offering promotions literally the whole year round. In the long term, I think that's damaging, not only to their revenue, just, people expect it, and you really don't want people to kind of wait for the offer or expect that they're going to get an offer all the time. What I've seen worked in the past is if certain schools have semester intakes, for example, 2 or 3 semesters per year, and they offer an early bird special, for example, that can work. But to be completely honest with you, 90%, I think only one school that I work with offers discounts, like on a regular basis. And to be honest with you, again, no discounts actually works better.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, you keep more money, which means you can either put more money into your business or marketing or whatever. I'm curious though, because I think there could be also, well, actually you might have even experimented with this. There are often ways that you can do deals that maybe don't have a major finance. It's more like you're going for extra money. So let's say, I mean, we had an example before on somebody in Greece selling to German students. I mean, maybe it could be, and you get the course book for free, or you get, like there's something that you might be able to do that maybe doesn't cost you a lot, but might be perceived as valuable, or might just be enough to
Exactly.
tease the interest a little bit.
Mm.
So again, I'm kind of curious. Do you think that makes sense? But also, does it make any difference? Does it make sense to actually tie a deal to a time of year anyway? Or should you just be like, no, this is just the deal?
I mean, I haven't worked with a school, for example, that has had a Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it either. So something that works and is not really a discount is promoting to book before the end of the year to lock in that year's prices before the prices go up in the new year. I mean, that's kind of like a promotion, but it's not really a promotion because you're not losing any money, right? It's kind of an incentive for people to book earlier, but otherwise they have to pay more. So yeah, I mean that's something that's quite useful. That kind of fear of missing out and not wanting to pay more rather than saving money. It's two different mindsets.
Yeah, I get that, and also if I was to nurse that out a little bit more, I wonder if it's the point sometimes of a deal is more about urgency than about price sensitivity.
Exactly.
I don't know if you agree with that, but I imagine it's like, get this deal because I want you to act now, rather than get this deal because you'll save X. Exactly. And I'm kind of maybe signaling that actually I can reduce the price, which may not be the idea you want.
Deadlines are much more effective, especially if you have deadlines for when a course starts, and then you can promote that deadline. We're closing off registrations, so if you don't enroll now, you have to wait another month or another 3 months to start your course. That can be extremely effective as well. Again, playing on that fear of missing out.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Thanks so much for that, answering that question for us, Herbert. We're just asking our last questions for this session, and then otherwise we'll close up. But we're not actually closing up just for this week. We are closing up for the end of the year. So unfortunately, we won't be back until the new year, but keep your eyes and ears out. We often post this on my LinkedIn or on LearnCube's page, so you can find more. But it'll be probably the same time next year, but probably from the first week of January. But any last questions? Well, you're going to have to pop that
last
hand
chance. 2020.
Oh, here's the deal. We're putting in the urgency. Ding, ding, ding. It's over. It's over. Thank you so much for joining us today. We always enjoy it. And I just enjoy listening to these questions and being challenged as well, and hopefully offering some value back to you. So thanks again for joining us.
See you in the new year. Bye.